I'm Karen Craig. I'm a commercial realtor with RCR Properties here in Houston and Katy and Columbus, Texas. And today I would like to discuss leasing your property, your commercial property. So you have bought a strip center or an apartment building or an office complex and you need to find tenants. How are you going to do that? You are going to obviously hire a professional like myself who has a targeted marketing strategy in order to find your tenant. So depending on what type of building you have that you're attempting to lease, you're looking for a certain type of tenant. Your commercial realtor should be able to determine who that is, where they are, and how they can get them to you. They do that by pulling demographics, by pulling traffic patterns, by looking at the type of business that would be appropriate in the building that you have purchased. But they also should look at vacancy rates in the area, and they should be able to predetermine what your lease rates should be and what your vacancy rate should be throughout the course of the tenure that you own that building. So depending on what your holding pattern is, yeah. Then you have your lease agreement. This should be properly negotiated by a property management company or by whoever is representing you as the landlord. I wouldn't recommend doing it yourself. You can do it yourself, especially in Texas. You can write your own lease if you own a property. But say you're a dentist. You're not in the business of knowing how to properly negotiate a commercial lease. You're a dentist. You should hire a professional who could properly negotiate that lease for you because they know all of the terms that should be in that lease. They know a proper security deposit, a proper lease term, so how long the lease is going to be for. They know what the maintenance responsibilities are, what type of lease you should be writing. They should know what the use of the premises should be, what the renewal options are. There are a lot of things that go into a commercial lease. So you have found your tenant, you have a lease in place, and the next thing is how are you going to handle your tenant throughout the tenure of their lease? Because issues come up. Issues arise while in a lease. Say you have a natural disaster like a tornado. We had one of those last night here in Katy, and there were several businesses that were affected by that. Their landlords are going to have to handle the tenants that are in the destroyed buildings, and that's very sad, and I really do pray for all of those business owners because it's just absolutely awful what happened to them. But what is in their lease determines how those maintenance requests are handled and who handles them. Next week, I'm going to talk about property management, but today we're just talking about tenants and leases. So in order to be an excellent landlord, you need to have excellent communication and open lines of communication with your tenants. This is going to make it so that your tenants stay in your property, so your vacancy rate is lessened. It's going to lengthen the tenure, and the word gets out. If you're a horrible landlord, everybody is going to know. There's a property by my house and it's on I-10, and everybody knows that this landlord does not repair the roof, and there are several roof leaks, and you can tell because there have been dozens, and I do mean dozens, of tenants in those spaces over the last 5 years. So there are clearly problems with that building, and any professional in the area is going to know that. They're going to sway their clients away from leasing that type of space. Another thing to be very, very cautious of and conscious of is legal issues. You need to be aware of legal issues in your lease negotiations and in your tenant issues and in maintaining your tenants. So that is just a little bit about leasing commercial space. I would encourage all of you to please reach out to me. I am so happy to talk about commercial real estate any day of the week. Again, my name is Karen Craig. I am a commercial realtor with RCR Properties, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.